How to go to an astrologer? First of all, before you go to an astrologer, write down all the questions what you have in the mind. The mental clarity is very important for you as a person. Many people do not prepare themselves from going to an astrologer. Going to an astrologer is like meeting a surgeon. You need to be very clear whether you are going to go through the surgery. In the same manner, write down, prepare yourself with all the questions in astrology. Second thing, have a clear horoscope. It is better if you have a printed computer horoscope. It is better you have a horoscope which is well written. Don't take tone horoscope, don't take old horoscope, don't take Xerox of the horoscope where it is very difficult for the people to see. Most of the astrologers today have a laptop and they are able to cast the horoscope. But sometimes people do mistakes. They have a human error. Please check your nakshatra. Please check your lagna, which is very important in the horoscope across. The third most important thing is be very patient. First, allow the astrologer to talk, then record everything. I allow video recording of the reading. I allow the audio recording of the reading. The post reading, I give the audio or the video recording for people across. Like that, ask the astrologer to give it in writing. Ask the astrologer whether you can record the entire speech, whether you can record it as an entire video. You need an evidence, you need to go back and you need to check and understand what that person has told you across. So that is one of the biggest problems. Some astrologers are not conversant with giving the prediction in writing. They tend to have a lot of problem because they feel they are committing themselves. They will be prosecuted across all the thing. That's okay. At least you write down the contents of the entire thing, the minutes of the meeting. You write down, you clarify with him as a person. In terms of remedial measure, first listen to the remedial measure and try to work it out. Some astrologers enjoy giving form level remedial measure. Some people go, Kerala astrologers will tell you a list of temple across. Clarify the remedial measure. Now many people whom I know, they are unable to, they have not recorded, they have various doubts, they assume a lot of things and they go ahead and do the thing. So first write down, that is very important, and concentrate on the problem in the hand. Do not try to concentrate on too many things across. Because you have given money, because you have given dakshina, it does not mean you need to ask all the question. Concentrate on the essential question of what is the doubt you have, what is the fear you have, what is the decision you should take, and what is the problem which should get solved. Concentrate on that. And don't try to read the entire family horoscope because the astrologer might go out of focus. There are two levels to prediction. One is the general prediction by which you can get answers to your majority of problem. The other one is the specific prediction, and the third one is the remedial measure across. So learn to distinguish between general prediction and specific questions, and also the remedies which has to be used across. So this is the main thing. Expect yourself around 40 to 45 minutes. Don't bore the astrologer by asking the same question again and again. I have seen clients getting bored. They want so much of assurance, reassurance. It is actually quite boring to go on repeating the same thing again and again. The other one is, don't become emotional. Don't try to cry in front of the astrologer. Try to hold your emotion, because it is strangers and you can get exploited by being very emotionally very vulnerable across. Also, many astrologers try to do side business. They try to probably do some real estate, do some matchmaking, and do this and that. Become very, very clear. Do not try to distract yourself from the main problem. And if astrologer is taking time to go through the horoscope, it is okay, because some astrologers are not very spontaneous. They need to get themselves prepared, they need to get themselves understood about the horoscope, and then only they can communicate across. Also, if you are doing matchmaking, do not learn astrology by using your children's horoscope. Astrology learning is very different. Using the children's horoscope to learn astrology is very different. So basically, become very clear. Now, do not try to contradict the astrologer by telling that astrologer said this thing, this astrologer said this thing. That you try to talk it out at the end of the reading across. This is the viewpoint of an astrologer. Can you explain me in astrological term? Why did you say what did you say? It is like, if you know some basics of astrology, it is much better to relate with the astrologer across. Also, please learn to pay the fees of the astrologer. Don't getting into bargain mode, don't get into argument mode, because most of the time you will not be able to implement the suggestion if you bargain. Most of the time you will not be able to use the full effect of that guidance. I know one very rich man, actually he will pay 5 times somebody is asking you. Suppose somebody says 1,000 rupees, he'll end up paying 5,000. Somebody is saying 2,000, he'll end up paying 10,000. 5 times more he does. So I asked him why. He said, the astrological guidance is a sacred thing. It will flow when the channel is open. And the flowing happens when the dakshina is given properly across. So please understand, astrologers need to be paid, so don't get into the idea of bargaining. And do not try to go to 4 or 5 astrologers. I know one lady who went to different astrologers. She got her younger sister married, and that man had Venus Mars. He had a lot of problem. I ended up telling the people will have a divorce and you might have to do the remedial measures. She said, no, but other astrologers said this thing and that thing across. She was trying to force astrologers into saying what she really believed in, and that is actually soothsaying. That actually creates a lot of problem, because you are trying to manipulate astrology, you are trying to manipulate the guidance, you are trying to make it repeat again and again the entire thing across. So these are the various cautions you should employ when you are doing an astrological reading. Let me sum it up very easily. Prepare for the reading, write down the question, keep the horoscope properly by putting computer horoscope. Try to take the general prediction, then ask specific question, then ask the remedies. Pay the dakshina properly. Do not get into arguments with the astrologer. If the astrologer is saying certain things contradiction to your expectation, ask the remedy for all these things across. So become very clear. Astrology is a positive science. You need to use the remedies to help to come out of it. So write down the remedies, review it, understand it, and then you try to implement it. This way, astrological reading will be very, very helpful to you as a person. This is a very important video. Please share it with people. It will be very helpful to you. Thank you.